It's the eve of another week of a government shutdown, and I say week because of Mike Johnson, which we'll talk about in a second. I'm going to overview the state of play again, and then we'll talk about strategy. We are still in the holding pattern of deciding between either HR 5371 or S 2882. As a recap, the only way to get to actual bipartisan appropriations for the rest of the fiscal year through next September 2026 is to take the Dem route, or to at least have some amendments from this go into HR 5371. We also need to worry about the ACA provisions as always, because the open enrollment period starts on November 1st. Again, see previous videos. In case you missed it on Friday, Mike Johnson has closed the House for the next week, so we're looking at another week of this. He's also trying to delay Epstein files stuff and swearing in a new Congress member. It's just a total mess. Russ Vought keeps saying, I'm really gonna fire everybody, which is not his prerogative. And for those who were confused about this, yes, Congress can bring Russ Vought in line. He is an appointee. He can be impeached by the House and then tried by the Senate. Anyway, if we go the purely partisan route, we are going to just be partisan appropriations all the way through. The ACA is also going to be gutted, probably via attrition. I'm also going to bring to light again that we have this big old SCOTUS issue. They are ruling on tariffs this fall. That term starts tomorrow. They are also going to be ruling on Lisa Cook, the Fed firing, all that sort of thing in January. They also want to talk about whether federal courts can grant relief in the cases of reductions in force. So the Supreme Court is actually trying to prime the pump for ruling on something that would basically strip federal courts from providing any relief to federal workers who have been unjustly terminated. Depending on how all this goes depends on whether we go to some significant primary action on either party. And then of course we're going to go to midterms. And then from midterms, we need to start strategizing for 2028. Strategy for this week. If you're calling Democratic leaders Schumer or Jeffries, or you're calling your own Democratic reps, you are telling them to hold the friggin' line. The fact that the Republicans' answer to this was not only to close the House, but to also do Hatch Act violations up the wazoo, putting partisan speech on government websites and government voicemails, and Russ Vought even taking down oversight.gov, which is that Office of Inspector General's conglomeration that I was talking about before. With all of these sins in play, there is no way the Democrats can give in now. The Republicans are acting like toddlers, and we need to be the gentle, authoritative parents going like, absolutely not. If you're calling Republican reps, the pressure point is that you're not falling for the propaganda. Tell them that you understand that this has nothing to do with healthcare for illegals, which is not a thing, and has nothing to do with a clean CR because it's not clean. It has everything to do with the fact that they refuse to do a bipartisan appropriations process, even though that is the entire point of an appropriations process. Choose peaceful protest and stay tuned.